explain the 17th vow of Amida Buddha. The 17th.
The 17th vow. Indeed.
Yes, you already talked about the 19th vow, 20th vow, the various roles of the different roles of the three Pure Land Sutras in relation with the 18th, 19th, and 20th vow. And you talked about birth in the borderland and so on. And so you are now going to explain the 17th vow of Amida Buddha and the encouragement by all Buddhas to aspire for birth in the Pure Land.
Okay, Sensei, yes. So let's start with that. So the 17th vow.
17th.
The 17th. The 17th vow of Amida Buddha is the encouragement by all Buddhas to aspire for birth in the Pure Land. It's all the Buddhas in the 10 directions recommending sentient beings to be born in Amida Buddha's Pure Land according to the primal vow. And this can be found in the explanation of the 17th vow in the larger sutra commentary in page 205. So let's go there. Let me here open the book. 205. So basically the 17th vow is the vow of all Buddhas praising Amida Buddha's primal vow and all Buddhas encouraging sentient beings to be born there. And this is also supported by all the Pure Land Sutras. Actually, this is one common denominator. One of the common denominators of the three Pure Land Sutras is that in all of these sutras, we see some passages or several passages of all Buddhas praising Amida Buddha's light and Amida Buddha's vow. This can be seen in the Contemplation Sutra, in the Amida Q, and also in the larger sutra, of course. So let's read the words of the 17th vow of Amida Buddha. If when I attain Buddhahood, innumerable Buddhas in the lands of the 10 directions should not all praise and glorify my name, may I not attain perfect enlightenment. Okay? So what is the reason of this glorification of the name? Remember that that the characteristic of Amida Buddha's primal vow is the one great practice of saying his name, which is actually not a practice, but a karmic connection in which the devotee of Amida Buddha enters through saying his name in faith and wishing to be born in the Pure Land, the three requirements of the 18th vow. Remember, sometimes people might misunderstand this. Of course, this should be clear by now, but I'm only saying this for the sake of some people who say, oh, Amida Buddha wants people to glorify his name like one of these Brahma gods, no? That they want all of their followers basically to praise them and to I don't know, to be like his servants or something like this. But in the case of Amida Buddha, he wants his name to be glorified because his name is the karmic connection of the primal vow. Yeah, to say Amida Buddha's name with faith and wish to be born in the Pure Land. So glorifying Amida Buddha's name is a way in which all Buddhas recognize that the method that Amida Buddha has is unparalleled, or there is nothing superior in terms of universality, yes, and in terms of effectivity to bring sentient beings, regardless of their spiritual capacities, towards birth in the Pure Land, which means the attainment of Buddhahood, if one enters through the gate of the 18th vow or the primal vow. So all Buddhas act like a big team, okay, you could say. Remember that all Buddhas share the same Dharmakaya body. They have different Sambhogakayas and Nirmanakayas for the sake of sentient beings. You can go and examine this in one of our previous discussions in which we talked about the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. So all Buddhas act as in one accord because their objective is the same. The objective of all Buddhas is to bring sentient beings towards the same level they have, okay? So, which is Buddhahood, no? Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. And among all of the different Dharma doors, which are equally effective if they are part of the Mahayana, yes, is to bring beings towards enlightenment, there are some Dharma doors that are more universal than others, okay? So we will start by quoting some passages of Shinran and the Pure Land Sutras, yes? Let's quote here Shinran Shonin in Notes on Essentials of Faith Alone. He says, this vow of compassion, the 17th vow, already shows that the primal vow, which encourages the saying of the name, is the true cause of birth selected by Amida Buddha. Okay? This is something that was also emphasized by Shinran and by Honen a lot. Yes, among all of the different practices, meditative, non-meditative, you see, the practice or the method that Amida Buddha praises among all, and there's the direct cause of birth in the Pure Land is faith according to Nembutsu and the wish to be born in the Pure Land, which is the core or the heart of the primal vow. Okay, so by praising Amida Buddha's name, what they are doing in reality is praising Amida Buddha's primal vow, which is the direct entrance to the center of the Pure Land. Whereas in the 19th vow, yeah, and the 20th vow, you see an indirect entrance because beings are more worried, you know, about their own merits, about their own capacities, and about doing many different practices in the case of the 19th vow. And in the 20th vow, they are more concerned about their skill at saying Amida Buddha's name, yes, which both fail to have true Shinjin, according to the teaching of Shinran, which is to entrust completely to Amida Buddha, saying his name and recognizing that it's through the merits of Amida Buddha that we go to the Pure Land. So this is the method that is praised by all Buddhas in the 10 directions, yes? That is why they glorify Amida Buddha's name, yes? So remember, and this should be obvious, but we should remember, Buddhas don't have ego, yes? So it sounds stupid to say it now, but at the beginning I thought, oh, maybe some Buddhas are recommending the method of other Buddhas, but I thought that each Buddha has like some, like, come here to my Pure Land, to my school, like don't listen to this other guy, which is of course a very childish way to understand it, yes? Lately, when I started to study the sutras and the comments of the patriarchs, I began to realize that Buddhas don't have, as they don't have ego, yes, they all work towards the same goal. So they recognize that if this Buddha has a more universal method, then I will praise this Buddha and you should go to his Pure Land. Yes, so the Buddhas don't have ego, so they don't compete for attention. They all seek to save sentient beings on a basis of equality. And if a sentient being has a karmic tendency towards practicing, let's say, Vajrayana, and wants to be born in Padmasambhava's Pure Land, then all Buddhas will support this wish and they will help him, yes? But in the case of the primal vow of Amida Buddha, since the majority of sentient beings have so much evil passions and such evil karma, then it's natural that they praise Amida Buddha's primal vow above all other methods because it's the most universal, yes? So, as Josho Sensei says here, seeing Amida Buddha's method of salvation contained in the 18th vow, the Nembutsu of faith, all Buddhas praise it because they realize that in comparison with the methods created by them, this is the easiest and most effective method, and in all times and places, especially when the capacities of beings are very low or actually in existence, like in this last Dharma age. So what Josho Sensei is here explaining in very simple words is that, let's say, for example, the clear example of, I don't know, Chan Buddhism or Zen Buddhism is a very lofty Dharma gate, and it leads to Buddhahood as well as to enlightenment. However, who is capable of practicing like you know, like the great masters of the past? I don't know, like Nagarjuna or the same patriarch, sorry, Bodhidharma, the great patriarch Hui Neng, who is capable of doing that, you know? Who is capable of practicing like these great masters? Very few people, you see? And the thing about the self-power methods is that you cannot escape these great efforts, okay? If you want the same results as the masters who put this to practice and brought it to perfection, then you have to practice as hard as they did, you know? There is no way of escaping this in the self-power path, okay? So this is the problem that the self-power paths have. They are very lofty, they are beautiful. I admire all of these great masters of the past. Yes, I myself love to watch documentaries about all Dharma gates because I love the Mahayana and Vajrayana and all of the Dharma gates. However, you should be very careful in choosing a Dharma gate that is suited or best suited to your capacities, okay? So in the case of Amida Buddha's primal vow, as Shinran Shonin said, there are two teachings, basic teachings of universal scope, or universal
Universal relevance.
Yes, sorry, yes, that is the word, relevant. Yes, the Dharma doors of universal relevance and others that are limited relevance. Yes, in the case of the primal vow, you could say, with fairness, that this is the only Dharma door that has universal relevance, because the other Dharma doors, however beautiful and powerful and very lofty teachings that can bring you to enlightenment in one lifetime or 2 or 3 lifetimes, they are still not effective to bring all sentient beings towards a liberation from samsara. Why? Because very few people can put it into practice. Yes, let's take, for example, a woman or a farmer. Yes, the majority of sentient beings in our world have lived in poverty, have lived in very difficult situations, because that is the situation of our human beings in this age, in this kalpa. Okay, so how many among these sentient beings can leave their family, go to a monastery? Yes, this alone is difficult. And even that does not guarantee that you will be successful, because you can go to the best monastery in the world and you can still fail, you see? So it's very difficult. But since the primal vow of Amida Buddha relies on the merits of Amida Buddha and not on your own merits, then even the most foolish sentient being and the most evil can be delivered. And equally great bodhisattvas, because remember that the 18th vow of Amida Buddha is also used by high-level bodhisattvas, yes, who could attain enlightenment on their own, but they choose to entrust themselves to Amida Buddha because they know that it would be even faster for them. But they have other choices. In our case, we have no other choice. It's not like we can say, no, Amida Buddha, I admire you, but I will do it myself. No, we cannot say that, you see, because we don't have any other choice. So if Amida Buddha hadn't made his primal vow, then ordinary sentient beings, who are the vast majority of beings in samsara, yes, according to Shakyamuni Buddha, especially in our Saha samsaric world system, which is predominantly dominated by evil karma, then all of us would be in big trouble. Yes, but to say it lightly. Yes, there is another passage here. This passage shows the fulfillment of this vow, and it's found in section 22 of the larger sutra. Yes, the fulfillment of the 17th vow. All Buddhas praising Amida Buddha's primal vow. He said, all Buddha Tathagatas in the 10 directions, as numerous as the sands of the Ganges River, together praise the inconceivable supernal virtue of Amitayus, Amida. Yes, the Amida Kyo also has similar passages, and also the Contemplation Sutra. Okay, so this vow, as Yosho Sensei says, also shows that the name of Amida Buddha is not just another name, like, for example, John or Smith, yes, or in Latin America, like Juan or Alejandro. It's not like these names that they don't contain any power. You see why? It's because they are not associated with an enlightened being. Okay, on the contrary, the name of Amida Buddha, yes, and especially the name of Amida Buddha, which is the name that all Buddhas glorify, yes, that Shakyamuni Buddha glorifies, that Medicine Master Buddha glorifies, Padmasambhava, Avalokiteshvara, all of these great enlightened beings glorify Amida Buddha's name, and they consider Amida Buddha to be a superior in terms of the universality of his vow. Then this holy name is above all precious and very powerful. Yes, and if you say it according to the 18th vow, this is sufficient to bring you towards enlightenment. Okay, why? Is because the name of Amida Buddha is imbued with the power of the virtues that Dharmakara Bodhisattva accrued or collected throughout eons and eons of perfect Dharma practice. Yes, okay, so it's very important to understand this, and especially I say this because nowadays many people rely on gurus in personal form, which is good in the Vajrayana because it's part of their tradition. However, it's very difficult to say, especially in this last Dharma age, in which there are many false teachers and gyalpos, yes, and many dangers, you see, because there could be many so-called enlightened masters who are actually doing bad work. You know, for example, there are many cases of even lamas in Tibetan Buddhism who have committed sexual harassment or even sexual crimes, you see, and they are so-called tulkus. They are true tulkus, but they're also false gyalpos who disguise themselves.
Amazed. Yes, there are some cases of abuse in various Tibetan communities done by some high lamas I was very much amazed how many Tibetan masters defend each other every time, somehow trying to hide the dirt under the cover. This is done so many times in Tibetan communities outside of Tibet.
Yes, and it's very
There are
sad
many
because,
cases like this, yes.
and it's very sad indeed, Sensei, because you, of course, I know that you are a fan of many great Tibetan masters like Padmasambhava, Dolpopa, so many
Those
great
didn't
masters.
behave like that.
But they didn't
Yes.
behave like this, and there are many, like Patrul Rinpoche, there are so many great masters, Dilgo Chense
Atisha, Master
Rinpoche,
Atisha.
Mirarepa, great masters, and it's very sad because some people in the Tibetan community, they do understand the profound teaching of the three Dharma ages, and they know that the fact that this is happening even in Vajrayana, in Tibetan Buddhism, expresses the fact that we are now in the last Dharma age, you know, and that the vice and gyalpos and false spirits, false masters and maras are very very common nowadays.
Yes.
So it's very difficult because I see that many people that practice these self-power paths, they rely on the mantras of their gurus and the practices from their gurus, but it's very difficult for them to see them fail. And if you see them fail, that reveals that they are not enlightened. Okay, but in the case, and this is the beauty of Jodo Shinshu, yes, the beauty of Jodo Shinshu is that we don't rely on any human guru, yes, but on Amida Buddha, who is a Buddha in Transcendental Sambhogakaya in his Pure Land, who among the ages has proved that he is a real enlightened being, and he has delivered thousands of sentient beings to his Pure Land, and he's perfect. Okay, so you can completely rely on Amida Buddha without any kind of initiation, without any kind of secret teaching or kind of exotic kind of stuff. No, there is no intermediary between you and Amida Buddha. You only rely on the teachings of Shinran, the sutras, and of course, it's good to read books, yes, like the ones of Yosho Sensei, that explain the words of the sutras and that rely exclusively on the words of Shakyamuni and Shinran and the masters, and that put it in simple words. But there is no intermediary, and you can entrust yourself right now to Amida Buddha and be assured of your birth in the Pure Land. This is indeed miraculous. You see?
Yes, unlike, for example, many Tibetan, various Tibetan lineages, where you have to look at the guru and to perceive the guru, to train yourself to perceive the guru as an enlightened being, as a Buddha. That would be very difficult for one like myself. I can't trust people like that. I can't trust a human being with my karmic destiny. No way I will ever do that, especially nowadays when there are so many scandals. And in Tibetan communities, it seems like everybody is enlightened, you know, guru this, guru that, tulku this, tulku that, this one is enlightened, that one is enlightened. No matter what he did in his life, he was actually had some kind of crazy wisdom, as they say, you know. So you should accept what he did because that was crazy wisdom, which actually guided you to enlightenment. And many people, many frauds, many spiritual frauds, you know, can hide behind this so-called crazy wisdom, you know. But while in our case, we don't have this danger, as you said, because our guru is Amida Buddha. Our guru is a real enlightened being, that is Amida Buddha, and we not a human being. So we can't be misled by false gurus.
Yes, we can never be misled, and this reminds me of the famous passage of Shinran Shonin, who used to say many times in his hymns, in his wasans, that these self-power teachings are under the Naga's palace. And that is a poetic way to say that these teachings are not in accordance with the time and place, as Master Tao Shuo
with
also
the times
said.
and capacities of beings.
Yes, the times and capacities of beings now are very low. So you could call this like a deadly cocktail. What do I mean by that? We have two things. We have the low capacities of sentient beings, and we also have the corruption of the Sangha. So if you combine these two together, it's bad news, okay? Because we have bad capacities, and on top of that, we have heresies in the Sangha And also on top of that, Gyalpos, who disguise themselves as these guys who are so-called enlightened and misleading people. So it's very dangerous. So my hard advice, and also Joshua Sensei's, of course, and Shinran's hard advice to people would be to just entrust yourself to Amida Buddha as you are, as an ordinary sentient being, and that way you are guaranteed to attain a Buddhahood in Amida Buddha's Pure Land without worrying that you are being misled in this dangerous era. Okay.
Yes, because now this era is really not a suitable era for for devoting yourself to a guru. I think it's not.
Yes.
I think this is the era where you should devote yourself to a Buddha of your choice. But of course, we recommend Amida Buddha because all Buddhas praise Amida's name and his method of salvation. But at least if you don't feel affinity for Amida, then I don't know, you trust to rely or devote yourself to other Buddhas, but don't risk your spiritual life by entrusting yourself to a human guru.
Yes,
that's very.
Yes, it's better to entrust yourself to, if not Amida Buddha, at least Avalokiteshvara or Mahastama Prapta, maybe Guru Rinpoche.
Which one, sooner or later, these other Buddhas will guide you to Amida. This is the trick.
This is this is
why
thing.
I recommend it.
Yes, it's nice because I remember, and this is also the case for yourself, no?
Yes.
Sensei, that you started to say Avalokiteshvara's name. I also started to say Avalokiteshvara and Padmasambhava's name, and I didn't know about Amida Buddha, but suddenly I felt them like, I don't know, I suddenly feel like they are guiding me towards Amida Buddha. So this thing about the Tibetan art, and the beautiful Tibetan art that has Amida Buddha always at the crown of many Buddhas, like Tara, Padmasambhava, this is not only beautiful, but also true. They are actually guiding you towards Amida. You say, look to Amida. Okay, so it's a way of them saying that Amida Buddha is really effective, even more effective than what they are teaching. And actually, they are teaching you something just because you cannot entrust yourself to Amida yet. No, this is the thing. No. Okay, so let me finish explaining the 17th vow. Okay, so as Joshua Sensei was saying here in the larger commentary, larger sutra commentary in page 207, so the name of Amida Buddha is not like the name Smith or I don't know, Charlie or Tom. Okay, it's a name that is holy. Yes, as Honem Shonin said, and we explained this in our previous discussions. The letters Amida contain all of the sutras, all of the empowerments, all of the dharanis. It contains the blessings of all Buddhas, the blessings of Amida Buddha. So
and the merits of all myriad practices.
Yes, and the myriads and all of this. So this is indeed inconceivable. This is beyond our. But the thing is that there is nothing lacking in the name of Amida Buddha. You can count of that, and there are many scriptural passages. Even Shakyamuni Buddha himself saying this, that the name of Amida Buddha is sufficient. Yes, when you say with faith and wish to be born in his pure land, is sufficient to bring you towards enlightenment. And this is actually said by Joshua Sensei, that the name Namo Amida Bu, or Namo Amitabha, or Namo Amitofo, contains all the merits and virtues of Amida Buddha and is the manifestation of his enlightenment. Yes, through Amida's name, ultimate Buddhahood is made accessible to all beings upon birth in the Pure Land. Ordinary unenlightened beings can attain Buddhahood and freedom from birth and death only through Amida Buddha's name, set in faith. Okay, this is very important, set in faith. Okay, because many people think that if you just say the name of Amida Buddha, but you don't understand what Amida Buddha is, or you don't have a karmic connection, so you just say it like a parrot. You know? There may be some connection with Amida Buddha indeed, but you need to have faith in Amida Buddha and wish to be born in the Pure Land. No, always remember that.
Yes, this is because Amida Buddha himself, in his primal vow, he said, "Entrust to me and say my name." And wish to go to my land. So saying of the name is linked with entrusting to Amida Buddha, with faith. Amida Buddha didn't say, and say my name, and that's it. No, he said, entrust to me and say my name. So yes, we are clearly talking about Nembutsu of faith. That's the true Nembutsu, the true saying of the name. You say the name while you entrust to Amida Buddha. and wish to go to his Pure Land.
Yes, and you're actually fulfilling the wishes of all Buddhas, the heart wish of all Buddhas when you do this. You see?
Yes, and these are the three aspects of faith. You entrust to Amida Buddha, you say his name and wish to go there. All these are aspects of faith. Yes.
Yes, indeed. And many people nowadays, especially by the influence of many mixed practices schools, they think that to please many Buddhas, you have to say like millions of mantras, you know. But actually, according to Jodo Shinshu, the name of Amida Buddha contains the blessings of all Buddhas. And if you say many Buddhist names, this could be good if you are a holy being who is capable of many great deeds in the Dharma. But if you are an ordinary being, instead of saying millions of mantras, just say the name of Amida Buddha, which contains the blessings of all Buddhas and all mantras. And if you say it according to the primal vow, this is sufficient to bring you towards enlightenment. Whereas, if you focus on many different things, many names, it could confuse you, yes? And you will not fulfill the wish of the Buddhas, which is for you to attain enlightenment, for us to attain enlightenment, okay? So if you want to fulfill the wish of all Buddhas, just entrust to the teaching that all Buddhas praise, which is the primal vow of Amida Buddha. Say the name of Amida Buddha with faith in him and wish to be born in his pure. And in that way, from the true Shinjin, as Shinran Shoni said, the true Nembutsu of faith will appear. Okay, so the entrusting heart is the most important thing. Yes, from there,
yes,
all good things will come naturally.
And the ordinary people need focus. We need to be
Yes.
focused on one Buddha. We can't practice. We can't be focused on all Buddhas or many Buddhas. So this is why Amida Buddha said in his vow, say my name, only his name. Have trust only in him and wish to go only to his Pure Land. Because this is the way we can, we ordinary beings, without special capacities, we can enter into karmic connection with Amida Buddha. If we are focused and only on him, exclusively on him. So I always say that the requirements of the primal vow are exclusive. Entrust only to Amida Buddha, say only his name, only wish to go there. Which is not this is, as you said, does not mean that you don't respect other Buddhas and so on, but you need to focus on one Buddha. And while saying the name of Amida Buddha, you actually worship all Buddhas, and it's like you say all their mantras and all their names in the same time when you say Namo Amida Bu with faith.
Yes, and actually they will be very happy that you do that, because they know that if you do that, you will become a Buddha. They're actually even preparing you like, I don't know. It's like a person who is about to become like a high minister or president. Even if you still don't have that, they begin to treat you with lots of respect. Why? Because you are doing what Amida Buddha requested you to do. Okay, they are not praising you; they are praising the light of Amida Buddha in you. In that way, you are actually fulfilling the wishes of all Buddhas. Okay, so it's good to focus on this practice and don't mix it. Yes, actually, you cannot
as it is said in our Jodo Shinshu, and Shinan says, the ultimate goal of all Buddhas' appearance in the world is to teach the primal vow. Even if they have various practices and mantras and associated with them, their ultimate wish is that you entrust to Amida Buddha, say his name and wish to go to his Pure Land, because that is the universal way that can save everybody. Because all Buddhas want you to go to the Pure Land quickly. They don't want you to wait and still linger here on samsara. But of course, if you can't yet have faith in Amida, then they will say, okay, then I will give him this or that practice so that he can still remain within the Buddha Dharma. Until they one day will be open enough to entrust to Amida. Yes.
This is indeed marvelous, Sensei, and this is the essence of the 17th vow is this, no? The universality, and why the old Buddhas praise Amida Buddha's name with such fervor, no?